I'm joined by Eloise Quayle, Clerk of the course here at Uttoxeter. Big meeting on Saturday, your first Midlands Grand National. How much are you looking forward to it?
I am so excited for Saturday. It's like a child at Christmas almost. I'm thrilled to be able to be standing in this year and starting hopefully with a good year on our 50th running.
How have the preparations gone?
Not ideal, in all honesty. We had an additional fixture which impacted quite heavily on our preparation for this meeting. We've done what we can, and then we've also had some difficult conditions weather-wise running up to it this week. So having to be last minute with putting wings up and things like that, because otherwise they blow down. So it's going to just be a case of being as prepared as we can be and doing the last minute things on Friday afternoon, hopefully.
Yeah, last year it was snowing on the big day and it was horrendous conditions. This time you've had to contend with high winds and a lot of rain in the build-up as well.
There has been, and we've been very, very lucky this winter in that it's been exceptionally dry. So luckily the track's got a lot of space for the water to dissipate down into the subsoil layers, and it means that it's coped with what we've had so far nicely, and I'm optimistic that the rain shouldn't be an issue for us for this Saturday.
What about the hurdle course? Have you got fresh ground for that on Saturday?
We've got fresh ground everywhere, so we've been very protective of our inside lines in the previous meetings, which means that we've managed to move all of the fence sections on the fences over to the inside, so they've got a lovely strip of fresh ground on the inside, and all the hurdles have gone in to the inside line, which we've saved 6 yards through the season so far. So inside line, lovely fresh ground.
How important is that for the jockeys, the trainers and the owners?
It's very important because obviously with running through the winter you can do a lot of damage to the ground, and effectively you can make it not as stable as it could be in terms of accepting the rain properly and all the rest of it. So it should be very consistent all the way around. Inside lines shouldn't be, there should be no inconsistency. It should be the same going all the way around, and it's important that we give them the optimal conditions for this meeting.
And you're expecting a big field at the weekend, of course.
We've got a huge number of entries, which was very pleasing. 202 entries. Normally, rule of thumb is about 50% for declarations, so that would take us to nearly our stabling capacity if that was the case. But it's all quite difficult because at the moment it could get really wet and it would be really heavy, which some horses obviously wouldn't appreciate, or it could stay soft, which would be more ideal for the majority. So we'll just have to see how we go with the taking of the rain and how much we get.
Now, behind the scenes, we've seen the preparations been building up. When do you actually put the hurdles into place? Does that happen on the Friday, or is it that first thing Saturday morning?
So the hurdles themselves will go in either today or tomorrow. It's the wings that are the issue in terms of they catch the wind a lot more than the hurdles. So all the fences are in position now. The hurdles will be going in either today or tomorrow. We've drilled the holes out in the ground for the hurdles to go in, so it's literally just a case of slotting them in. And the posts have gone in for the wings as well. So it's just a case of assembly, really. Everything's in position, ready to go. So we're nearly there.
The big all-important question is, what's the going to be like?
Well, hopefully heavy, soft in places. We could go to heavy. We could even get slightly better than soft to heavy in places, but it will be slow, just because of the amount of rain we're looking to get the day before, which, because we're clay soil here, it just takes that extra little bit of time to get into the ground. So we're looking at rain the day before, which will probably take it to heavy. But then again, if you get the winds, it's been, I've been almost pessimistic, and then the winds have been high, which have dried it out. So there's been a benefit of the wind to us on a selfish level in terms of the going, but for the rest of race day preparations, it's made life a bit difficult for everybody.
And as we know, safety is of paramount importance. With the 4 mile, 2 furlong Midlands Grand National for 18 horse, it can be strength sapping, can't it? It
can be. So we do prefer it to be as easy work for them as possible. One benefit is that it's not going to be warm, so they shouldn't, touch wood, have too many overheating issues. Everybody's on guard. We have lots of people here with water and lots of vets here, and extra vets and extra VOs on site and everything else, so we're going to be fully prepared for our big field and our big race.
So just give us an indication then of what the big day will be like for Eloise.
Oh, it'll be full of excitement. I'll be in at about 5:30 in the morning, go and walk the course. Basically then I'll come back out. Normally you walk it once before you give the going for the morning, so effectively you have to update the going so that the trainers can say, actually we do really want to run today. Otherwise you give them the opportunity to effectively make their horses non-runners, because nobody wants their horses to run in conditions that won't suit them, and everybody wants them to run to their merit or to their ability. So you do that initially. I'll then, because it's obviously still dark at 5:30 in the morning at the moment, I'll come back out and walk it again before I meet with my chairman of the stewards. I have a debrief with Ruben, who's the head groundsman here. After I've been for a walk, we'll go and walk it together, and we'll check that everything's ready to go, everybody's in position, we know that we've got enough staff have all turned up, etc, etc. And then it's just a case of, effectively, as awful as it sounds, it's just the same as any other race meeting. You have to be as vigilant at every meeting, and it's just a case of making sure that we're on top form with having enough people on site for washing horses off and things like that. So.
And in the national spotlight with the TV cameras here as well, which is great news.
Yes, it is. That's going to be a new one for me, but looking forward to it. Obviously ITV are a great team, and they'll, I'm sure, enjoy their time at Uttoxeter as much as we will.
And how much are you enjoying your new role? Because you started in the new year, didn't you? You've been here a couple of months, and this is the first big meeting that you've got here.
Yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. I'm thrilled to have made the move. The team here are fantastic. The race course is lovely. Got loads of space on the course. It's just every Clerk's dream, to be honest. At my stage of my career, I couldn't have asked for better. So I'm thrilled and thoroughly settling into Staffordshire, which is great.
And the aim for Saturday is that all the horses that do go out there come back safely and soundly, I guess.
Yes, that's obviously the big priority, and we will do everything we can to ensure that it's as safe and ready as possible for hopefully that outcome to be the case.